Now, when Tessa Clark realised how much food was being wasted every year, she set about doing something about it. She's the founder of a food sharing app called OLIO, and she's been named as Veuve Clicquot's Bold Woman Award winner for her efforts. Now, according to the UN's Food and Agriculture Organization, 1/3 of all food produced for human consumption is wasted every single year. That is the equivalent of about 1.3 billion tonnes of food. Now, these awards are the longest running set of accolades of their kind, celebrating female high achievers in business. And I'm delighted to say that we can speak now to Tessa. Tessa, who founded this fantastic app. Tessa, congratulations, first off. How do you feel?
Thank you very much. I'm absolutely delighted and really thrilled to be representing not just female entrepreneurs, but entrepreneurs who believe that business should be used as a force for good.
How did you come up with this idea? Because I understand you have a background in farming, is that right?
I do. So I'm a farmer's daughter, and as a result of that upbringing, I learned firsthand just how much hard work goes into producing the food that we all eat and also sadly throw away every year. I then went on to pursue what could be described as a fairly classic corporate career, but everything changed 8 years ago, where I had the light bulb moment for OLIO. I was living and working overseas and moving back to the UK, and on moving day the removal men told me I had to throw away all of our uneaten food, and obviously as a farmer's daughter I was not prepared to do that, so I set out into the streets to try and find someone to give my food to. I failed miserably and ended up going back to my apartment and resorting to cross-border smuggling, and that was the point when I thought that surely there should be an app for this.
Yeah, there certainly is, and it's become quite popular. Who is involved in this food sharing app at the moment?
So we have a community of over 7 million people who have joined OLIO, and together they have collectively shared over 100 million portions of food. They've also given away over 9 million household items. And what's most exciting about this is the environmental impact that we have had. So that collective sharing has had an environmental impact equivalent of taking over 430 million car miles off the road. And we've also saved over 16 billion litres of water.
That's extraordinary. You, however, did come up with quite a lot of obstacles when you were launching this app, didn't you? Tell us about those. And you've been pretty vocal, haven't you, about those and what is required for the industry to change to support entrepreneurs?
Without a doubt, the single largest obstacle that we have had to encounter, myself and Sasha, as female co-founders, has been raising financing and access to capital. We have been on the coalface and have experienced firsthand just how challenging it is as female founders. If you look at the data, you can see very clearly that the odds are stacked against us. So only 1% of all venture capital funding goes to female founded businesses, 85% goes to male founded businesses, and 14% goes to mixed teams. And what's particularly galling about this is that I can see when we look at sort of real problems that are trying to be solved in the world, there is such an overrepresentation of not only female founders, but diverse founders of all types, and yet they are struggling to access the capital that's required to get their businesses off the ground. And I feel very strongly that by shortchanging female founders, we are shortchanging humanity.
I, for one, agree. Tessa Clark, thank you very much for your time. Thank you. And just a quick reminder of our top story.